Hello, my name is Shirley Self, and I'm here to talk astrology. And today I wanted to introduce you to one Stephen Miller, the man in charge in the United States government of driving out anybody he doesn't approve of, which includes people who are not white men. And white women better be subservient, or we're not going to get to stay either. Anyway, this is Stephen Miller. Born the 23rd of August in 85 at 4:53 p.m. in Santa Monica, California. Okay, he's a Capricorn rising. He's got a Neptune in the 12th. This Moon-Uranus conjunction up here in the 11th is in opposition to the Chiron Pallas Athena conjunction, which I think is very important in this chart. He's got a Saturn in Scorpio. How lovely is that? South Node in Scorpio and this is in the 10th and in the 11th, right on the cusp of the 10th house. There is Scorpio, Pluto in Scorpio. He's got and the demonic ascendant is here for Libra. The demonic ascendant is the attitude if this is attitudinal and approach to life, this is the ascendant. Your daemon wants you to pay attention to that demonic ascendant, which is an alternative, actually a better approach to life, one that you should willingly adopt. And that is up here in the 9th house of teaching, and ruled generally by Jupiter, but right now is ruled by this Venus. Anyway, pay attention to the demonic ascendant. It is paired with the Fortuna. Fortuna changes, according to day and night. And so if you've got a day birth, you've got one formula for the Fortuna. The other formula, which subtracts the moon, will be the demonic ascendant. So you've got a pair of them there. Just figure out which is Fortuna. The other one is Fortuna is kind of how you achieve success, physical success in life. And he's got it down here in the 3rd house of talking, communicating. Okay. What else? Oh, where was I? Okay, Sun in Virgo here in the 8th house. At 1 Virgo, he's got the Mercury and Mars conjunct in Leo in the 7th. He's got Venus in Cancer in the 7th. This, like I say, this Chiron and Pallas Athena are really important down here in the 5th house. Well, look, you look at this chart. This is a very powerful man, and he is a moon phase 8. A moon phase 8, is, let's look at it for a second here. Okay, here's a moon phase 8. 8 and 22 are paired. What you think about 8, you can also realize is also pretty true of 22. They're at the height. They have finished. 22 has finished the air quarter, and 8 has finished the earth quarter. And they are, 8 is at it's the crossing phase from the practical to the imaginative, the lunar. Solar here, lunar here. And this is also true here. The moon is the most important and pretty much guides the soul through these phases here on the right side. The sun, these are solar phases. Anyway, what moon phase 8 is it knows itself. It knows its talents. It knows how to. It's very practical. Knows how to deal with the world. And now the jump off is into the water quarter. The water quarter, and that is the quarter in which you learn to access your own creativity and to transform yourself into an ideal. So phase eight's very, very difficult. The solar energy in the first quarter, Mars, has been disciplined, focused, and is form, now ready for content. The talents have been recognized, and now they're going to be productive. Here the intellect has, the person has an intellect which I regard as a skeleton. It's really interesting. Up at the top of the chart is Capricorn, which rules the skeleton. And finishing third quarter has given, you have created this structure, this intellectual structure that in the fourth quarter is going to be empowered with spiritual energy, spiritual muscle. So what we're going to do now is empower this talented person to become creative. And this is an incredibly powerful chart. The Pluto in Scorpio up there, it's pretty much held within in a bowl. The Venus is kind of out of, the Venus is kind of out of focus here in this bowl, but the Venus is what leads this bowl in its rotation, and that makes it very important. And notice that the demonic ascendant is ruled by this Venus, this very insecure Venus in Cancer, square Pluto, opposite. No, that's the Mercury. Out here is square the Pluto. And what else is she doing? Oh, and trining Saturn. So Saturn is keeping this guy stuck in he's comfortable there. His habit is the Jupiter in leading the pack, here, trailing the pack here in Aquarius. Now, notice that this is retrograde and then Neptune is retrograde. And problem with moon phase 8 is they can get stuck in that lifetime and come back over and over and over again. Yeats suggested that 3 or 4 was the maximum. You got to wonder where Stephen Miller is, but this is not his first go around as a moon phase 8. This is very important here. It shows his attitude toward himself. And he is superior and much smarter than anybody else, according to himself. And I'll admit that he is smart. He is smart. This is a very intelligent man and a very potentially creative person. But you got to realize that this fight between the sun and the moon that is happening in phase 8 and 22 is a war that internally cannot be resolved. And so it's fought out in the world. And every moon phase 8 I know of is kind of a warmonger. And it's true of the few 22s that I know. What they have to do is just get bored with themselves and get bored with being whoever their people expect them to be, and to figure out what they want to be and to do. A moon phase 8, we've had a couple of presidents that were in moon phase 8, JFK and W. Bush. And JFK damn near started World War III. And I really do believe that shock of what he almost did in that showdown over Cuba with Russia we had, I think he may have learned a lesson that moon phase 8 yearns for and waits for, is tell me what I could do. And what it said is, quit being such a warmonger and get creative. And he started the Peace Corps, among other things. And I think he was tending to be a really creative president. W. Bush was incapable of that and didn't find his true love or true self-expression until after he was president, and he took up painting. And I got to admit he's pretty good at it. A little rote, but pretty good at Now, Stephen Miller, you know, for a man who hates immigrants, well, what he does is he's taking revenge on a world that's just offends him. You got to understand that behind all of this power is this terrific insecurity that comes from this Venus connection and this moon connection to Chiron there and Pallas Athena. The moon is the one that's got to get the moon has got to wake up in this moon phase and urge the sun to adventure off, find out who you can become. This is boring. You already know what you can do. Habit just really runs the moon phase 8 until they've had some kind of shock that'll send them off into exploring their creativity, which is, you know, lunar. So this is, as often happens in these really powerful people, there's a terrific insecurity behind them. And it's almost like this guy is taking revenge on the world. He is at war with the world. And he's starting wars in the world. He's fostering wars in the world. I am kind of freaked out at the way he looks. I suggested to my son that he reminded me of Gollum in the Lord of the Rings series. And he said, yeah, he may look like Gollum, but he functions like Wormtongue. Wormtongue, who dripped poison into the king of Gondor, the ear of the king of Gondor, I can't remember, who spoke poisonous thoughts into the king's ear and fostered terrible, terrible things. What you've got here, I do believe, is a tremendous self-doubt. You look at how important this sixth house is. You've got Chiron hanging out on the cusp of it. It is ruled by this incredibly powerful. Look at this Mercury, Mars, Sun thingy going on here. Mutual reception right there, which empowers both the Mercury and the Sun. Mutual reception there. Mutual reception here, too. And so this guy has got, if he returned to something wonderful, he'd make a real difference in the world. As it is, he's making a real difference in the world. And not in a way that is helpful to the world at all. Not in a way that is helpful to the world at all. But that's a choice of an 8 and a 22. You want to be helpful to the world, or you want to destroy it? And it's a choice they have to make. What they have to do is to get bored with exercising their power and get on with doing something creative. Jump into it. Moon phase 9, the next moon phase, is incredibly powerful. Incredibly powerful. All they have to do is focus that enormous quantity of lunar energy that is dumped into the life at the functional beginning of each quarter. They can be wildly overwhelming and domineering, moon phase 9s, but right now my favorite moon phase 9 is Heather Cox Richardson, a historian who is, I've sought her all my life, been so disappointed in my history teachers who've been coaches or too arrogant to deal with anybody who wanted to know the basics. Anyway, I digress. Anyway, this is a moon phase 8. He's full of hate. He's just full of hate. And it comes from this terrible insecurity that he is developing. He rides on a habit of hate, and and he's causing an awful lot of damage. A quote from Yeats is appropriate here. His despair is necessary. He is of all men the most tempted. And so we have this, like I say, he's by perfect bad example. Yeah. I mean, JFK and W at least eventually made an effort to do the thing, the hard thing, the creative thing. This guy, I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, we've all been going through so many changes right now. And I have too. I've got real issues, having to, well, I've got a Pluto on my sun. So that's one. And have to change my attitude about who I am and what I can do. For I've always been, I was raised a woman in a male culture. And while I fought my best to be included in that male culture, I never had friends. I didn't have friends until I went into high school, and women friends. And then I really think it was too late. For an Aquarius, I've had difficulty making and keeping friends. The ones I have are diehards. And I'm so grateful for them because I never learned how to make friends. Anyway, so I'm having, like everybody else is, having to make choices in my life. Whether to choose the path of fear, which since I have a Mercury, Pluto, Moon, Saturn nodes square, I am fearful. I've been afraid all my life, and I learned how to do all sorts of protection rituals and Sanskrit chants to drive away evil. Well, it's worked. Anyway, the times are changing. Choose love. Choose love. In any decision you make, check out and see where love comes in. Now, don't give yourself away. Don't abandon yourself. Love yourself. If you can't love yourself, the rest of love is fake, phony, not too powerful. So many choices. There's been a big division making right now. The time's coming up that this is the 2nd of January in 2026. And January and February, from an astrological point of view, look intensely interesting. And hang on and have faith. Have faith in yourself. Have faith in yourself. Take care. Don't forget to let the world know you love who you love and work out of love. I'm working on that myself. For an Aquarius with a Pluto and Leo, yeah, I had to learn to love. I hadn't a clue. Take care.